AI is not the future anymore. It's already changing how software careers work today. And if you're still confused about where to focus, this conversation will give you clarity. Today, we have with us Mr. Ajay Patil, a seasoned technical expert in the software industry. Known for his work in complex R&D and advanced problem solving, with experience across domains like bioinformatics. Let's dive into what the future of tech careers really looks like. What motivated your transition into complex problem solving domains like bioinformatics?
I have been working for 32 years in computer science in the software industry, mainly as a software engineer. And I saw a lot of changes in the software industry, and have worked in many domains, but mostly as a software engineer or as a computer programmer. So I came across bioinformatics just by chance. It wasn't planned in any way, but I started working on an interesting problem, and it became a kind of a full-time work for me. And it was very challenging actually initially to get into bioinformatics. Even though I had more than 25 years of work experience, I still found it difficult to learn bioinformatics because the kind of data structures, the kind of data, the kind of problems that are there in bioinformatics are very different than what you see in business domains. So in bioinformatics, what you see is there is basic science, mathematics, algorithms. There is a lot of statistics, and which you don't see a combination of all these things. And there is a lot of biological knowledge that you need to have to be able to understand and give proper to do the projects. So, and I found the problems very interesting. Uh, so that is how I got into bioinformatics, and I worked quite a few years in this domain, and it has been very satisfying from an intellectual perspective, and also from a perspective of being able to solve some technical problems. There is a lot of drug discovery, or nowadays a lot of drug discovery has become data driven. So there is a lot of advances in the fields of genomics, where we have gene level data available on diseases, tissues, and cells, and this data goes into terabytes, and there is a lot of comparative analysis of what happens when a drug is applied to certain kind of tissue, samples, and all these made for a very interesting time. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to say about bioinformatics.
What kind of roles or domains, for example, backend, AI, systems, data, have the strongest future potential?
Lot of, I think, people who come like for a new engineer, a new person who is just graduating and coming into the software industry, it is natural to wonder like which domain is going to have the strongest potential. So what happens is that in reality, the domains change with time. And so if you see now, it is more like data and AI, which is really going strong. And in fact, AI, there is a boom. There is a lot of work in developing AI pipelines, and many companies are investing into that. But if you see, to do those AI projects, you do need some domain knowledge either in that field, or you need some basic software knowledge. So, what I would suggest is to get first a foundational knowledge of software engineering, and then get into a domain like AI uh, and data science, and that will have the strongest potential. But just AI and data without basic software foundation is not what I would recommend.
What skills should students focus on to stay relevant in an AI driven world?
It is many students. It's not just students who are wondering about this. Actually, many experts like me are also in a dilemma with this AI. Like, what will happen? Like, who will ask for my expertise? Because if AI is going to do everything, what will we do? So that is natural for. So it's not just the students who are in a dilemma; it's also experts like us who are also in a dilemma. But uh, ultimately, what most people say is that it is the human being who is going to take the decision, not the AI. So, in order for the human being to take the decision, the human being should have a judgment. What is uh, the right answer, or what is uh, should the what is the how to evaluate the answers given by AI, or what kind of problems that we should pose to AI. So, coming back to your original question, what are the skills that uh, students should focus uh, s- to stay relevant in the AI? So, first thing is they should pick up which domain they want to uh, they want to focus on. For that, I think they should take help from people like CounselNavi and counselors, and pick the domain. Once they pick the domain, they should forget about AI. First, become an expert in that domain yourself. Try to learn the foundation of that domain or that career path. And AI opportunities will naturally come to you. You will naturally stay relevant. So, however, the field changes, if you have foundation knowledge of your domain, you will stay relevant, and you will always be in demand.
What kind of career opportunities exist at the intersection of biology and technology?
Nowadays, there is lot of uh, career opportunities in uh, drug discovery or medical research. So there are two kind of ways to get into those career opportunities. One is you focus on the biology side. So you study biology, become a medical or medical expert or medical science, and then you uh, learn software engineers. So those kind of people, they are there. So most of these people, they first learn biology, then they get attached to a laboratory as a biology expert, and then there's a lot of data that gets generated, because nowadays what happens is there are a lot of instruments and um, that generate data, biological data at the molecular level. And this biological data, the people who are experts in biology, they understand what this data is about. But again, uh, you need computer science knowledge, programming knowledge, to be able to process that data, to analyze the data, to find patterns in that data, to find how uh, that to get some insights out of that data, And that is where these computer science people, machine learning, AI experts, computer programming come forward. So there are these second kind of people who don't have biology background, but they are actually programmed. They learn software engineering, machine learning, AI, and they see those problems. They see the kind of data that is there in biological data, and they uh, are able to apply their machine learning algorithms on the biological data. So what happens usually is that the biology experts and the computer science experts, they work hand in hand. So the biological problem people define the problem, generate the data, and hand over the data to the computer science people, and the computer science people analyze the data uh, and generate visualizations, and, do comparisons. And there's a lot of back and forth. Like after the results are shown to the biological people are tell that no, we don't want this result, we want it in some other way. So that is how the work goes on in this intersection of biology and technology, as you put it. So the opportunities are there. So it is for you to decide whether you are more interested in biology and want to first study biology first, or you want to study uh, computer science and then get into biology. So both sides, there are opportunities. And what is happening is that because the medical hardware is getting better and better, it is going to generate more and more terabytes, or more and more uh, uh, data with higher precision. And that higher precision data will require stronger algorithms, more comparison, and thus the demand will be there.
How should students approach writing the statement of purpose, SOP, to stand out?
So that is, I think, that is absolutely necessary to take help from a counselor like CounselNavi, and uh, from the beginning step, like first identify which course or which area you want to study, and then uh, identify the universities. Like CounselNavi provides a service to filter out, identify which universities you want to. So taking the help uh, to identify, not just because many students will would find it difficult to really identify what exactly is my interest, what exactly suits, which career path suits me. And that I think using a service like CounselNavi is definitely necessary. So now, if you have come to the stage where you have identified your universities, and now you are writing an SOP, statement of purpose. So what happens is that many students might feel that if you are applying to a university, that university is naturally going to pick the best applicants by, they will see at their SAT score, or their grades, and they will pick the best students among them. And so I don't know how good a chance is going to I am going to get, or how much of a difference the way I write my essay is going to make, SOP is going to make. But actually, that's not exactly true. What happens is that the university may not pick the best students. What the university will also look as is how suitable you are to their university. because not all universities offer the same program. So there will be some differences. Even if you are applying to computer science, even if you are applying to say a data science program, the data science program from between different universities will be different. And so what you need to so basic thing one basic thing that you need to do is you need to study, go to the website of that university and see their curriculum. What courses are they offering in the first year, second year, third year, fourth year? And how are those courses different from the courses that are offered by some other universities? So you need to really spend that time seeing the curriculum of the different universities. You need to study how is the semester system. Is it a quarterly system? Is it a semester system? So what are the difference? What are they? What is that university focusing on? So once you study the curriculum, you will come across some pattern. What are the compulsory subjects in that curriculum? What are the electives? What are the specializations that I can choose? So once you have studied that curriculum, if you have spent some time studying the curriculum, then then you have some knowledge in your hand, and then you write down key, okay, where is my interest? And then you have to sort of match your interest with the curriculum which that university is offering. And you have to specifically write in your SOP, in your essay, why you are applying to that university, which courses, name the courses actually. These courses I want to study, why you want to study, how you are going to use that course, what is your, after you pass out of the university, what kind of career you want to do, and how those courses, studying those courses which only that particular university offers, will help you get into that career which you want to do. If you write that, it shows that you are really motivated. If they select you, you will really study. You will not leave their program. You will really study, and you will be motivated to uh, do all the coursework, and you will excel. And that is what they look for, and thus that will increase your chances of getting selected. So that's what I want to say about writing SOP.
So,
And
thank
yes,
you so
finally,
much.
do take help of CounselNavi.
What advice would you give to students who feel overwhelmed about choosing the right career path?
I feel is that if you uh, think too hard, you are one is to not be anxious, because there are so many paths, career paths, and if you are anxious, you are not going to be able to make the right choice. Even if you uh, if you feel that you are not able to decide, you yes, you meet a counselor, you talk to the counselors, understand the career paths. Uh, what you can do is you can also take a broad study a broad subject, and then sort of later on, uh, after you complete your graduation, let's say, you can get into specialization after that during masters. When you are So you can choose a more broader specialization during bachelor's degree. The other thing is, what you can do is try to attend some career fairs, like industry fairs in your area. So it may not be actually for students, it could be for industries, but you could see what companies are working. You'll get what kind of products they have. So you will sort of understand, is this what I want to work on? And then you go from there and see that, okay, what kind of work is there in those kind of companies? So what do I need to study to get into those companies? So that way you can identify your interest. Uh, so uh, Yeah, I think the most important thing is to not be so anxious, because the stress is going to affect your decision making. And yeah, if uh, it's natural to at this age, young age, to get anxious about opportunities, career opportunities. Like, I have not decided, I have no idea what is going to happen then. Uh, but if you see, the main important thing is to identify what is your interest, what kind of person you are. Like, are you an introvert, extrovert? So what there, I think the counselor helps, and CounselNavi, like, counselor can help you, guide you. So let the counselor help you, guide you, and identify which subjects in school you are interested in. What, whether you like science or you like the other non-science fields, and then you can study those field subjects which you are interested in.